Which is better, the Samsung Galaxy A20 or the LG Stylo 5? Well, in this video, we're going to find out. Follow me on Instagram at KevinBreezeTV. Please join the Kevin Breeze Tech community on Facebook to chat about budget smartphones, ask questions, and help others. Hi everyone, this is Kevin here, coming at you with my comparison between the Samsung Galaxy A20 and the LG Stylo 5. Now, both of these devices are very new to the market, and they're also both available on a variety of different carriers. And you can also get the Samsung Galaxy A20 factory unlocked on Amazon. And I'm guessing that probably in the future, you can also get the LG Stylo 5 factory unlocked on Amazon. This is the Metro by T-Mobile version of the Galaxy A20, and this is the Cricket wireless version of the LG Stylo 5. Now, currently at Metro by T-Mobile, the Galaxy A20 and the Stylo 5 are two of the hottest, newest devices over there. And the LG Stylo 5 for Metro by T-Mobile has the same exact specifications as the LG Stylo 5 for Cricket, so consider that throughout this video. The only difference between the LG Stylo 5 for Cricket Wireless and the LG Stylo 5 for Metro is that this color, the blonde rose color, is a Cricket exclusive, and the LG Stylo 5 over at Metro has different colors. So this should make for a very interesting comparison. These devices are available at different promotional rates. I know that right now at Metro by T-Mobile, you can get both the Samsung Galaxy A20 and the LG Stylo 5 for free if you port in. So really it comes down to which device you personally prefer, because you can get either one for the same price. And if you buy these on other carriers, or if you're buying them factory unlocked, the pricing will be different there as well. So make sure to take a look at the links in the video description just to kind of see the latest pricing for these phones. The Samsung Galaxy A20 features a 6.4-inch display coming in at 720p with a 19.5 by 9 aspect ratio, and the LG Stylo 5 features a smaller 6.2-inch display that is 1080p with an 18 by 9 aspect ratio. So we get 720p with the Galaxy A20, and we get 1080p with the LG Stylo 5. Now, even though the LG Stylo 5 technically has a much higher display resolution, I actually really like the display on the Galaxy A20, and I think it looks really good and sharp. And for most people, if they were looking at these two phones side by side, they would really have a hard time telling that the Stylo 5 has a higher resolution display just because both displays look really good. And it seems like the display on the Galaxy A20 is also a bit brighter and more vibrant, so if that's important to you, then you might want to go with this phone. Now, another major difference between these two devices, of course, is the actual form factor of the display. So on the Galaxy A20, we have a teardrop notch up here at the top, and there is no notch on the LG Stylo 5. So if you're not into notches, if you're not a fan of that, then you'll probably like the LG Stylo 5 over the A20, but we definitely get a better screen-to-body ratio on the A20. Now, both devices do feature chins down at the bottom here, but up top, the bezels are definitely a lot smaller on the Galaxy A20. Another nice thing about this teardrop notch is that it's kind of the best of both worlds because it's not a super wide notch like the one on the iPhone XS, and it's really small and doesn't really take up a lot of space at all and doesn't get in the way of anything. So you'll have plenty of space for your various notification icons on the left and for your various system status icons on the right. So for me personally, I prefer the design of the Galaxy A20 just because I don't mind having this teardrop notch, and I think overall there's a lot of benefits with it. Now up top here, both phones feature front-facing cameras, but on the Galaxy A20 we get an 8 megapixel front-facing camera versus a 5 megapixel front-facing camera on the LG Stylo 5. Now, I've done full reviews of both of these devices on the channel, so if you want to see test photos and videos from both devices, then take a look at those review videos as you'll see that. But based on my personal testing, the front-facing camera on the Galaxy A20 is a lot better than the one on the LG Stylo 5. However, if you do take photos with the LG Stylo 5 using the front-facing camera, you'll still be happy overall with the quality. It's just that head-to-head here, the Galaxy A20 does a better job. Now, a cool feature that both of these devices have though for the front-facing camera is that they both have two options. So there's kind of the standard photo mode, but you can also do wide angle. So actually I already have the wide angle enabled here on the LG Stylo 5. So you can see I just switched to the normal. I'll switch back to the wide angle again, and you can see how much more fits into the picture here. And on the Galaxy A20, it's on the standard mode right now, and I'll switch that over to wide angle, and you can see that just like the LG Stylo 5, in this wide angle mode, you can fit more into the picture. So that's cool that both phones have that for the front-facing camera. So really with both devices, you are going to have a good experience using the front-facing camera, but I do think the Galaxy A20 is a bit better. Both of these phones feature 32 gigabytes of internal storage with microSD card expansion, which isn't too bad. Neither of these two phones feature wireless charging, but they do both feature fingerprint sensors on the back. So we'll do a test of that right now. First, we'll try out the Galaxy A20 here. And as you can see there, that was really quick with doing the fingerprint sensor. And we'll do the Stylo 5 right now, and that was really quick as well. Now, one difference though is the placement of the actual buttons. It seems like on the LG Stylo 5, it's a lot easier to reach that fingerprint sensor on the back. Whereas with the Galaxy A20, it's a bit more of a reach up there. I think it would have been nice if Samsung had put the fingerprint sensor a little bit lower to make it easier to access, but that's definitely not a deal breaker. I mean, it's still not that hard to reach. Both phones also feature face unlocking, so if you're not a fan of using a fingerprint sensor, but you don't want to just use your PIN code to get into your phone, then you can also use the face unlock feature. Now, there are some major differences with the cameras on the back side of both devices. Now, with the Samsung Galaxy A20, we have a dual camera setup with a 13 megapixel main camera and a 5 megapixel secondary camera. The secondary camera is also a wide angle camera, which is another great bonus here, but the secondary camera also assists with portrait mode. Now, with the LG Stylo 5, there's just one rear camera here and it's 13 megapixels. There is no portrait mode with that rear camera, and there's no wide angle, of course. So the Galaxy A20 definitely has a better camera than the LG Stylo 5, and it has a lot more features. Now, both phones feature 3 gigabytes of RAM. The Samsung Galaxy A20 has the Samsung Exynos 7904 processor, and the LG Stylo 5 has the Qualcomm Snapdragon 450. Now overall, I've been pretty happy with performance on both devices. They both seem to do a good job, especially for them being mid-range phones. I did do an AnTuTu benchmark test though to really get an idea of how these two processors compare to each other. And as you can see here from these ratings, the Samsung Galaxy A20 is a lot quicker than the LG Stylo 5. We got a rating of 108369 on the Galaxy A20, and the LG Stylo 5 is a rating of 72650. And you can see, especially for the CPU comparison and the GPU comparison, we're getting way better performance on the A20. So if having a device that performs well is important to you, then you definitely want to go with the Samsung Galaxy A20. Video recording for both phones maxes out at 1080p at 30 frames per second, and if you want to get a good idea of the video quality of both phones, then definitely take a look at my individual reviews that I've already done of these devices. Now, the Samsung Galaxy A20 features a 4000 mAh internal battery, and the LG Stylo 5 has a 3500 mAh internal battery. So a little bit of a bigger battery on the Samsung Galaxy A20. Now, both phones feature Android 9 Pie, which is great because that's the current version of Android that's out, but they both feature skins. Now, the skin on the LG Stylo 5 is not as thick as the one on the Galaxy A20. The Galaxy A20 really has a very deeply customized skin here that keeps it consistent with Samsung's other devices. We even have Bixby built in, which I'm not a fan of at all, so I haven't even activated it yet. But we definitely get kind of Samsung's experience here. And for LG, it's a similar case because the software is consistent with other LG devices out there. But for me personally, I actually prefer LG's skin. It seems like their skin is a bit closer to stock Android, which is my preferred style of using Android. So I wish both of these phones just had stock Android and that's how they were, but that's not the case. The good news though is that both LG and Samsung did a good job optimizing their Android builds here, so they do run really well and nice and quick. So it really comes down to your personal preference. Now that we've compared the specifications of these two devices, let's take a closer look at the hardware. Now we already compared the front here with a 6.4-inch display at 720p with the Galaxy A20 and a 6.2-inch display at 1080p with the LG Stylo 5. You can see putting these phones up next to each other, The display on the Galaxy A20 is definitely a little bit bigger. However, the LG Stylo 5 is the bigger phone of the two overall. Now, taking a look at the left side here, on the Galaxy A20, we have the slot for the microSD card and SIM card. And on the LG Stylo 5, we have the volume buttons and we have the SIM card and microSD card slot. Then on the Galaxy A20, we have the volume buttons and we have the power button. And on the LG Stylo 5, we just have the power button. Also, take note that on the Samsung Galaxy A20, we have a plastic build all around. But on the LG Stylo 5, we have a metal band that goes around the side of the device. Then on the top here, both devices have a noise-canceling microphone. And then on the bottom, they both have USB-C. They both have a 3.5mm headphone jack, they both have a microphone, and they both have a speaker, but the LG Stylo 5 actually has a stylus built into the phone. Now I'm not going to talk about that too much in this comparison because I talk about the stylus a lot in my review video, but essentially you can pull the stylus out and take notes, you can use the stylus throughout the actual operating system itself. So overall, it's nice having the stylus, it definitely works well. And I think for certain people out there, this is a must-have. And if you really think that you're going to use the stylus a lot, that might be a reason in itself to get the LG Stylo 5. That is definitely how the Stylo 5 has stood out over the years in the various versions of the phone, because it's one of the few phones beyond the Galaxy Note series from Samsung that features a built-in stylus. And of course, this phone is a fraction of the price of the Galaxy Note. Then taking a look at the back of the two devices, we have a plastic build here, we have the camera modules, we have the flash, we have the fingerprint sensor, and we have Cricket branding and Samsung branding and carrier branding here, but there is no Metro branding on the Galaxy A20. And it looks like I've already scratched the back of my LG Stylo 5 a little bit, despite me being pretty careful with using it. Let's now do a real-life speed test comparison between these two phones, doing some common tasks. We're going to start by pulling up the camera. So 1, 2, 3, go. Looks like the camera was quicker on the Galaxy A20 to be pulled up. Let's go to Google Chrome. 1, 2, 3, go. The Galaxy A20 was also quicker at pulling up Chrome. Now I'm kind of expecting this anyway because of those benchmark scores with how much faster the Galaxy A20 is. Let's go to yahoo.com. 1, 2, 3, go. Looks like it was about a tie in that test. Let's go to engadget.com. 1, 2, 3, go. Looks like the LG Stylo 5 was a little bit quicker at showing content at first, but then the A20 caught up and eventually loaded things quicker. We'll do a little scroll test here. Looks like scrolling is very smooth on both phones. Whoops, and I accidentally clicked on a link here. That's kind of frustrating. But it looks like scrolling is still pretty smooth on the Stylo 5. It's smooth on the A20 as well, maybe a little bit smoother actually. And that makes sense because like I said, I did that benchmark test and the A20 definitely came out on top with that test. Let's go to this article right here. 1, 2, 3, go. And the A20 was quicker at pulling up the article. In conclusion, I definitely recommend going with the Samsung Galaxy A20 over the LG Stylo 5 unless you really need to use a stylus. The good news though is that on their own, both devices are very good. I just think that put up head to head, especially considering if you can get these for around the same price, the Galaxy A20 is the better option of the two. But the stylus is a very signature feature on the LG Stylo 5. And for many people out there, that might be a must-have. And if that's the case, then you'll be very happy with the LG Stylo 5. But I hope you enjoyed this comparison between the Samsung Galaxy A20 and LG Stylo 5. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. If you have one of these two devices, let me know about that as well. And if you have other suggestions for comparisons you'd like me to do between different phones, let me know. But this is Kevin here. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next video.